Hi, guys. Mike Goldstein here of Easy Dating Coach. Today's topic is how to become the high value woman every successful man wants to meet. And I've gotten a little tired of telling women how to be without an amazing, successful woman by my side to kind of show you how to be successful. And she totally emanates that. So I want to introduce you to the infamous Claire Chiron. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
Thank you very much, Mike. I am very, very, very good. It's in the evening in France. So I am in France right now. And thank you for being on the show.
Of course. Claire, what I want to do is first handle the topic a little bit, then go into your backstory, which apparently is very similar to my backstory, which is wildly interesting. So, real quick, let's give them a little content, then let's go into a story. What does a successful man want from a high value woman?
Mhm. I think this is the most interesting question that you can ask me because actually we can't start this topic without first asking me, but actually, what does a successful man want? So, okay, I have 4 points I want to talk about this. So the first thing is that in order to meet a successful man, sorry, you have to understand that you have first to become an asset for him, because who is a successful man? He's a man who works all the time, who is a hard worker, who spends his time, his energy, and his money into building his life projects because he has huge ambitions, and whole his life is really focused on it and on building his life projects. And so he wants if he wants to meet a woman, she has to be an asset for him. So, which means that being a lady, beautiful lady, a radiant feminine lady, he can be proud of to show and to be with and to show to his surroundings. And also, by the way, if you are good at business or something like that, he would be so happy to have a partner maybe being involved and to help him a little bit. So this is the first thing, like really to ask yourself if and how you can be an asset and to add value as a high value woman to his life and to his career or whatever. The second thing
Can I
is,
ask a question
yeah,
before you
yeah,
move on?
yeah.
Sorry. Thanks, Claire. So, obviously you're a beautiful woman. Some of our viewers are not quite as beautiful as you, and they're like, well, what? I don't have that. So, in regards to an asset, and quite frankly, as a man, like beauty is great, but you're right. I want something else, a different value added. Do you think it's the asset that can be added to someone who's busy is fun, or do they have to contribute to his work life? What do you think it is?
Mm. So actually, these are my complementary other points as well, because yes, in order to be an asset, you have to also, I mean, yes, yes, absolutely. When you say fun, I don't. For me, it's not like, for instance, obligatory fun, but at least being giving a calming and rejuvenating and relaxing energy, the feeling like when you come back home. And this, when I say beautiful, it's like inner beauty. It's like being able to incarnate and to embody your full femininity and your full grace, your full delicacy, and your full being fully in your feminine side. So the first is to be able to come back home to yourself and be able to provide this calming, relaxing, rejuvenating energy when he comes back home, because he had a stressful day, and then when he's with you, he wants to feel relaxed and to feel support. And for that, you have to be able to let your work on the side, and then to say, oh, okay, to tell yourself, oh, this is the time with my man, and then I take the time to be relaxed myself and to provide him some security, some space, some safe space, and to create this cocoon. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to, as a man, like tell you how absolutely right that is. Um, I remember when I used to live with someone, and if I would come home and it was like, Mike, it's so happy to see you, and like just this energy of like, it's great that you're here now, and I'm so excited to be with you. It's relaxing and I can feel at ease. And now she's adding value to my life existence. But I've also been in situations where I come home and it's like, Mike, you forgot to do this and you didn't do that, and the nagging. And then it's like, why did I, go out there with the idea of like making an income so that we could maybe have a family or buy a big house or whatever. Like, why am I doing this to then get attacked? So it's so
Yeah.
important what you're saying. Anyway, what is number two, Claire?
Yeah, so number two was this calming and relaxing energy. And then number three is related to just what you have said, being in our feminine energy, really feminine. Because what is so there is, and you will affirm me this after that, but there is nothing more attractive for a man than a woman being in her feminine, graceful, elegant, creative, joyful, radiant, sparkling nature essence energy. There is nothing more attractive to that for a man. And you'll tell me if I get wrong, but a manly man will never be attracted by a manly woman who tries to control everything, to control his decisions, to control his life. And this is unfortunately something that happens today with this I want to be an independent woman and I want to be able to do everything on my own by myself. And and to me this is a real myth because earlier in the days, in the times, it was more in the I want to be independent because I want to feel proud of myself that I can feed my children. I can be able to provide for myself without absolutely needed my parents or my grandparents or a man to help me at least to survive on this earth. But now it comes from a place of ego. Oh, look at me, I can earn money and I earn more money than you. And this is a thing that I wanted to talk about, to be really careful of not being in this competitive mode, not being in this ego place. But if you want to still be independent, know that you also need a man who wants you to have this feminine energy and to be able to let go of control and to be at a certain moment in your day with your mind receptive and be in this graceful and feminine energy.
Yeah, I mean, just everything you're saying is absolute gold. Claire, I was watching. Are you words of affirmation? Your love language? I knew it.
Yeah.
You like me. You light up when someone gives you a compliment. All right. Anyway, so what I want to echo about what you're saying is, Claire, I'm watching the Hugh Hefner, it's called Playboy, documentary on Amazon right now. And so the man, Hugh Hefner, starts Playboy magazine, which, he doesn't have the lifestyle. He's actually living a 1940, 1950, very traditional life where he's like married, two kids. He just goes to work, he comes home, and he's not doing the Playboy mansion. That doesn't exist yet. But anyway, this guy goes from like a normal life to providing this amazing income of the most successful magazine. And most women would be like, whoa, he's so successful. Like, that's the type of guy I want. But what happens is Hugh is literally working almost 24/7. He's just taking time to go to bed, but he like barely knows his kids. He's not making his wife feel special. And so men are actually experiencing this now with women who go and strive to be independent and get these amazing jobs. But just like Hugh Hefner is not enough, it's like, okay, he's providing, but where is the emotional support? Where is the dad? Where is the husband? Why is he not taking me out to dinner? Why is he not making me feel special? Well, just like women that kind of go into their masculine and do this career, then the man's like, well, where's my feminine wife? Why doesn't she make me feel needed? Why do I not feel appreciated? Why are we not having fun together? So, really, all of this, if you want to be successful in love, is finding balance in all of it, right, Claire?
Yes, absolutely. And when I said that, I said because I lived it as well. And as I met my partner while I was traveling, so I have totally manifested him, and we met while traveling. And from the first day or 2 day or 3 days after we met, maybe we decided to create this company together. And as our situation is specific, but I know that there are more and more couple who wants to start and create a business together. And this is a warning for this couple and who wants to start this adventure, because you have to be so careful not to lose your couple relationship into your business. And especially as a woman, you have to be so careful to not try to control everything, or to stop yourself and say, oh, even if things are not going in the way you would like to, say, hey, I am the woman and he has his part also. And when you back off, when you let go of this control, you actually let more place for the man to 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 show his masculinity, and to show his and to be in his masculine role, and he will be more in power and more happy to help and to provide as well.
Yes, that's beautiful. Did we do number four, Claire?
I don't know.
I don't think so. What's number four, Claire?
The question is, what can they do to reconnect to their feminine energy?
What can a woman do to reconnect to feminine energy?
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry. I meant of the one we were doing, didn't we do the fourth point of it? Because didn't you have 4 points?
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the point of the myth of the independent woman.
Oh, so you already did it. So
Mhm.
so the myth is don't be just independent. Yes, have your independence, provide, but then you also
Yeah,
need to be feminine. You
absolutely.
need to be a woman.
Absolutely. And I said that because, you know, a lot of women say, you know, but I'm afraid to be in a couple relationship because when I will lose my independence. I will lose what I can do when I am single. And my answer is totally yes. You will, but you have to be ready for this. And I don't say that in a way that you will lose totally your independence, because in any decision and any choice you make in your life, you say yes to something and you say no to something else. So automatically you will lose some of your independence. Like you are in a couple with a man, then you have to say no to the other ones. Like this is logical, practical. And so I said that because in my coachings, a lot of women are not quite ready to be in a relationship because they are still in this behavior, like, I am afraid to lose a part of my life that I like right now. Yes, but this is different. This is not, you're not losing something, you will live something differently. And so you have to be ready to this different thing and to be ready to jump in the unknown and to know to meet this man.
And so the jumping into the unknown, is that part of how they reconnect to their femininity, do you think?
Mm, totally, totally.
And is there like more strategy? Because I think, honestly, Claire, this is like one of the biggest problems I deal with my clients is they're very successful women. They have big careers,
Mm,
and it's like they look at themselves and they're like, man, I'm the total package. Why can't I get a guy? Or why can't I keep a guy? I mean, honestly, they can get a guy. Most of the time, they get them very quickly. But then, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, he goes running because they're, not in their feminine. So how do they re-engage? How do they refine this?
okay, good question. Okay, so I don't say that this will be easy for them, but I say that it requires practice. And actually, I would love to share a little bit of my story to explain this because this is totally related. So for me, as I said at the beginning, before we the interview, like our story is quite similar, you know. So what happened to me is that I had a year and a half long relationship, which lasted less than a year and a half, sorry, but which ended at the end of 2015, and I was cheated. He cheated on me twice. So it was so hard, so hard. But the thing is that after 3 months of recovering to this breakup, I realized one thing. I realized that actually this was the worst thing that could happen in my life, because I realized that I was living in this emotional dependency. I was lost in him. I was losing my dreams. I was unable to create my future without him. So it was a nightmare actually. And this is the moment I started to really realize that I could really be free on my own. So this is the breaker moment. And then after that, I decided to, be on a path of recovering and discovering myself. And 2 years after, I was in this engineering school, and I was so sad. So don't ask me why and how I ended up in, in studies I hated. It's because I was following the advice of some people in my close surroundings who told me, Claire, you would be a great engineer and this is for you. And until the moment I realized that this is the dreams of this person that I was fulfilling, actually. And when I say that, I get always emotional because this is a, when you realize that you are fulfilling the dreams of others, it is really painful, because what you feel is that you feel so lost. I was crying every week, and I was in this place and in this environment where absolutely nobody um, could understand what I wanted, and I could have no conversation with nobody. That was so hard. And so what happened is that at the end of 2016, I had this wake-up call. It's like this moment of change. And I decided, Claire, you have one life and you have to make it wonderful, a wonderful story that after that you can share everywhere you go. And this happened. So at the end of 2016, I decided, Claire, in 2017, you won't end the year without one quit your engineering studies. And I will add to this that I was in apprenticeship and I was earning around 2 grand a month, which is really, really good for a French student. And actually I was seen like a rich a rich student in France, because this was a really high income there. And then I decided to start to train as a personal development speaker. And I wanted to live in Los Angeles and secretly to meet my ideal partner. And this is why I wanted to tell you this part of the story. This is all related to the let go and to the release of control. Because from this moment, believe me, this wish that I asked was totally crazy. I was like, okay, I am in this place where I am so stressed out. I was barely sleeping. Okay, I was in this place where I woke up at 6 a.m. I did my day either in the company or either in the school until 6 p.m. Then at this moment, I started my second day. I was doing network marketing. I had a team I had to consult and to call on every single day. I had to do cold call to have new prospects. I had to also create and to be involved in entrepreneurial activity that I had with other friends, and other things I was creating. I was also building my own business. So I had three business I was doing on the side from 6 p.m. to midnight or 1 a.m. So I was barely sleeping. I barely took time to eat. I was eating so poorly and barely taking time to work out. That was a crazy, crazy, crazy time of my life. And I ended up doing 2 to 3 burnouts at 23. So I know what it is to be stressed out, and I know what it is to release control and to let go and to let things happen for you and to be more in your feminine. And at the end, at this time of my life, I was so overwhelmed. I was like, you know what? I want to change, and I want to change and to create another pattern. And all the things that I did, I wanted to achieve and to have happened in 8 months. So actually, I started to release everything, to start a meditation and visualization technique that helped me to really create what I wanted. And then I started to be in this transformation and evolution journey to start to meet and be more in my joyful and feminine energy. And I ended up doing my first international speak in Sedona. And so in May, I quit my school 5 months after I started visualization. And from this moment, I've traveled for 8 months. And 5 months after I have traveled, I have met my ideal partner in a really unexpected way in a hobbit house. That was crazy, in Venice Beach, California. And so what I can say to these women who are in this stressful energy is that first, they have to do something to release this stress, of their everyday. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, because when you have too much pressure, okay, let me go another way. It will be easier. A thing that I realized during my whole transformation and during my whole practice of meditation and visualization is that there is a whole difference between men and women. Men and women have different way of thinking because of their biological brain. Men access less easily emotions than women. and men are more more visual, or more in their mind, and this is their characteristic, and this is why they have some ability to control things, to dominate, and these are real manly and masculine characteristics. And while women, in their brain, they have access to much more nuance of emotions than men. And the tricky thing is that when it comes to visualization, or when it comes to controlling things, women have to be more in their thinking side, have to be more in their mind, in their brain. But the thing is that nowadays women are more in their masculine, so which means they are more in their mind, they are more in their brain. And when, because of their work, they add too much pressure, too much thinking, too much decision making, they add more and more and more and more masculine and pressure and stress, and their head is on the point to explode. And then this is why there are so many burnouts right now. So for these women, they have really to create a moment in their day where they have absolutely to connect back to their emotions, to their body, to their sensuality, to their emotions, to their sensations. Because otherwise they are either exploding and they wonder why their men are quitting after that, because because this is very interesting, because you say that they can meet a man, because at first when they meet this person they say, oh, I don't understand. I was more in my feminine. I stopped closing the dates as I was closing deals at work. And okay, you did that at first, but after that you have to understand that when you are in your relationship, it is evolving, and you have to still evolve in your feminine side, and not just do once during your dates, but you have to continue on being in your feminine side and improving yourself in this way, but not going backward. Otherwise, he will just run out, and this is what happens.
Yes. Claire, I wanted to ask you a question that's somewhat related. Um, so we constantly talk about men needing to be in their king mode. I think it's very synonymous with our field. Um, so a man needs to be in king mode, and what that looks like is he's got to feel like he's conquered his career or is financially secure before he can settle down to a partnership. So he needs to feel good about him financially. Do you find that women also need to feel good about themselves financially before they can partner for the most part?
So good question. Okay, this is what they think mentally they need or they want. This is totally different. Like for me, the women that I coach, this is what I see, because they, yes, they need to have this financial support, at least to survive or to provide them food. But I feel that this come from the society. This come from what their parents want them to be, or how their friends are, or how everything is going on right now. You know what I mean? This is not this is not their deep, intimate desires. This is not what they really, really, really want. Before everything, I think that a man wants emotional support. A woman Sorry if I
A
say
woman, a
man.
woman. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, a woman wants before all emotional support. And at the moment, if she says that she wants to have this financial support coming from her first, it's that this is something she maybe wants, but before all, this is emotionally. And why women are afraid to show their emotions and to show their vulnerability, this is because of their conditioning, because of the way they have been educated. You know, you don't have to cry. My as a little girl, a girl or woman never cry. They are strong. And when you have this type of behaviors anchored of this pattern of limiting beliefs, this is so hard to let go after that. The same way that this is so hard to let go when you are a successful woman who has so much pressure and so much stress and who has been educated in this way. So
So it sounds like what you're saying is men, we've decided that men probably need to feel somewhat financially secure before they partner for the most part. And women,
mhm.
for the most part, do not need to feel that. They just need to feel emotionally supported by their partner to want to couple up.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Thank you. That was very helpful. It showed kind of the nuances between men and women. Um, so I know we have a free gift for everyone watching. Claire, would you be able to explain what the free gift is?
Yes, absolutely. So this is what I call a kind of instant realignment call. So this is a free 60-minute call that I offer for women who wants to live this transformation, because what I offer actually is help to live this deep, emotionally intense transformation to help you to become this high value woman or high caliber woman, or what I call in French, this is this souverain de l'amour. This is this ability to reconnect to love and to your emotions in order to be realigned first with yourself, with your desires, and be radiant enough to attract your ideal partner, and then to keep evolving in this relationship. So this call will be all about to discuss about your situations. So don't hesitate to give me all the details you want to discuss during the call. And this is there is some magic happening during this call. Is that we'll have this discussion, and at the end of the call you will like be, wow, Claire, your question helped me so much. Like, I remember last time I have a call a few days ago with a client, and she said to me, you know, all the questions you asked me are so incredible. I feel so, I don't know, something happened during this call. I feel a whole new energy, and believe me, your energy will be shifted and you will see your situation not as bad as you see it right now. And I will help you to see it clearly and to see how you can reconnect to your femininity and to use your emotions in a proper way in order to feel and attract love.
Oh, Claire, I gotta tell you, I've been doing this a long time, and at this point, it's very rare to find coaches that are giving away 60 minutes of free time. So I'm really grateful that you're able to offer this to my audience because, frankly, a lot of people can't do that anymore.
Mm.
So I'm really excited about that. And everyone who's watching, what I'll do is that'll be down in the description. You can go click a link for that. I'll also pin a top comment. So either one of those ways, you click that and you will get access to the lovely Claire Chiron. Claire, in closing, I just want to say thank you for coming on, and you've been a lot of wisdom. And also, I'm so happy you are not working. What was that, like 18 hours a day anymore? That was crazy. So I'm happy you've found your path, and I think we all are. So thank you for coming on. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, everybody who will listen to us. And yeah, thank you very much. Yes, right now my life is much more peaceful, joyful, feminine, radiant, like a sovereign de l'amour.
Wonderful. All right, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.